This is my video store. I've been getting a lot of comments and requests to do a tour of this video store. So with me recently hitting over 500 subscribers, thank you all by the way, I figured now's the perfect time to do a whole tour of the video store. So come on, let's see what's inside. I know a thing or two about movies because I have my diploma from the Briggs Academy of Drive-In Cinematic Arts. Being a massive horror fan, I think it's best we start off in the horror section. So this whole top row is just filled with like signed figures. Got these Puppet Master figures signed by Charles Band. Got Halloween 3 figures signed by Tom Adkins, Stacy Nielkin, and Tommy Lee Wallace. The Creeper signed by Greg Nicotero. Got all 3 Victor Crowley figures signed by Adam Green. Christmas Story Scott Farkas signed by Zach Ward. You should know by now I collect a lot of toys. I got tons of awesome gems in here. August Underground signed by the cast and crew. All 3 Basket Case movies. Dawn of the Dead signed by Tom Savini, Ken Foray. This My Bloody Valentine game that I actually helped get made. Primeval's box set, they only made 100 of these. And it's signed by Charles Band. Digging Up the Marrow signed by Adam Green and Alex Pardee, one of my favorite artists. The Evil Dead Book of the Dead signed by Ray Santiago and Dana De Lorenzo. One of my favorite fucking movies. Frankenhooker was probably my favorite Frank Henenlotter film. The Frighteners actually signed by Jeffrey Combs, and he signed it as Danvers. Green Inferno, one of my favorite Eli Roth films. I got every single Halloween movie. Got the complete Hatchet collection. I got a rental copy of The Hills Have Eyes 2 that I got in some random thrift store in Pennsylvania. The Intruder, one of my favorite full moon features. This weird forgotten movie from the 90s called Jacko, starring Linnea Quigley. She actually got a sign, and it came from my friends from MakeFlix, so shout out to them. Got Jaws on a Blu-ray VHS box set. Dude, the Masters of Horror box set. Linnea Quigley's Horror Workout. If you don't know who Linnea Quigley is, if you've seen any horror movie from the 80s, she's the one that got naked. Mother's Day, one of my favorite trauma films. You gotta have the Nightmare on Elm Street box set. Perfect Blue, one of my favorite anime films. Frickin' Hello Mary Lou, Prom Night 2. Two Guys, Chicken of the Dead, actually signed by Lloyd Kaufman. Got all the Puppet Master movies. I had to get them all if you watched my Puppet Master challenge. And since that video, a lot of people ask me what my favorite Puppet Master movie is. It's Dr. Death. Psycho Gorman, signed by the whole cast. Reanimator, I got that signed by Barbara Crampton. Return to Nukem High, also signed by Lloyd Kaufman. I have Satanic Panic, but I also have the censored cover that just says Panic. I got the Silent Night, Deadly Night movies. This rare copy of Spiral signed by Adam Green and Joel David Moore. Dude, I have the rare out-of-print Red Cross version of the Sleepaway Camp box set. Let's see, what else? Slumber Party Massacre, Terrifier 1 and 2. One of my favorite Japanese horror movies, Tokyo Gore Police. Oh, dude, and Tourist Trap. I fucking love Tourist Trap. Gotta have a Chucky in the box. Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Popcorn Bucket. Got all the Toxic Avenger movies, Trick or Treat. My favorite Nicolas Cage movie of all time, Willy's Wonderland. Then of course I got the creepy movie section. They're pretty much the movies that aren't really comedies but aren't really horror, so they're kind of their own genre. Got Lisa Frankenstein starring Cole Sprouse, who saw my message but decided not to come to my birthday at Margaritaville. Why you gotta leave me hanging like that, Cole Sprouse? The rare original Disney movie, Under Wraps. And then down here is like just all action. You gotta have Die Hard, you gotta have Demolition Man, Escape from New York. One of my favorite movies is these kids. They recreated, shot for shot, Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. You got Punisher, Rambo, Terminator movies, Turbo Kid. It's Movie Time to Kill. It's made by my friend Brian Williams and Ellie Church. Got the Back to the Future box set, the Mad Max trilogy, another Astron 6 movie, Manborg, favorite Joe Lynch film, Mayhem. Gotta have No Holds Barred. Got the Blade Runner movies, this weird Australian action horror musical called Sons of Steel. And this was given to me from my friends at Future Video, so shout out to them. And with the video store, you gotta have a comedy section. The NC-17 version of A Dirty Shame. This is actually John Waters' last film. Got Better Off Dead, signed by Booger himself. I always forget his real name. I just call him Booger. Caddyshack. I got all 3 Clerks movies. Groundhog Day, a movie I was actually in. Fun Size, starring Victoria Justice, who also didn't come to my birthday party at Margaritaville. What the hell, Victoria? My favorite Bill Murray movie, Lost in Translation. Pecker, another John Waters movie. Pink Flamingos, another John Waters movie. Serial Mom, another one of John Waters' movies. Hairspray, another John Waters movie. And also signed by Lloyd Kaufman, I have my film, Suburban Legends, Life on Rainbow Road, now on DVD. Got Ted vs. Flash Gordon, signed by Flash Gordon himself. And then at the bottom I have movies for all the little kiddos. All 3 Toy Story movies, Spirited Away, the Fred Savage classic, The Wizard. Got a whole wall of horror VHS. There's something about horror VHS artwork that's just amazing to me, so I have to put it on display. I got Joe Bob and Darcy plushes, my Halloween 4 shadow box. I got my Chucky and Tiffany dolls, along with a bunch of movies that I haven't gotten around to watching yet. Stuff like The Forbidden Zone. Got the Caddyshack Gopher. The WNUF Halloween special. A whole array of Arnold Schwarzenegger movies on VHS. Lest we forget this gem, To Hell and Back. If you don't know what this movie is, watch my previous video. This movie is insane. And then over here we have the counter at the video store with E.T., who is our employee of the month. And then the Blade Doll, who killed me in my Puppet Master video. And down here we have more VHS tapes. And you gotta have a spot for all the TV shows you have. Dragon Ball Z, Ash vs. Evil Dead, Vader Zim. Even got Gizmo signed by Zach Gilligan. Got a whole Jackass row. The Lost Drive-In, which is Joe Bob stuff that's hasn't been seen in years. The Christmas Trailer Park 2-pack signed by Joe Bob and Darcy. And since I'm a mark for myself, I have one of my first wrestling matches on DVD. Holliston Season 2 signed by Adam Green, Joe Lynch, and Laura Ortiz. You gotta have Pumping Iron. The Monster Club on Laserdisc. The Avengers Phase 1 box set signed by Chris Evans. And of course, my picture with Eli Roth. This Critters 2 poster, signed by Mick Garris. Dogma poster, signed by Kevin Smith. And this Killer Clown sign, signed by all 3 of the Chiodo brothers. I just want to say thank you to everybody who subscribed to my channel to help me reach 500 subscribers. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have gotten this far. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do, because I have way more fun videos in the canon ready to go. So I also want to say thank you for watching this, and enjoy the next one. Hey, who the hell are you? Ah!